We are back, and I'm telling you what, you have the greatest topics, because I was reading through your blog again, and it kind of goes along with business, but it kind of goes along with just everyday life, and it talks about, I kind of likened it to buying friends, and you're talking about actually buying likes on Facebook, and you kind of did a counterpoint in it a little bit, and the ho-hums, the why you shouldn't, why you should kind of thing. So I want to dive into it right away, because it's a great topic, because a lot of businesses are probably thinking, oh, I only have a couple hundred likes. It'd look great if I could have, you said a gazillion, I think was the word
Which
that you
is an
used.
actual number. Is gazillion?
I think so. In this instance, we'll let it fly.
We'll let it fly.
So tell us a little bit about it, because I think that a lot of people out there, like myself, were honestly thinking it's a great idea to go ahead and buy those friends, to buy those likes. Give your point, because you say not to do it. So let's just start there.
Yeah, and you know, how this all got brought up in our minds is we had a client that we started, you know, taking over their social media accounts, and, you know, help them out with this whole journey of social media. And they had ad campaigns going on Facebook. So, you know, we just wanted to make sure everything was going smoothly on that. And, you know, before I say the numbers, like, they're a pretty big company.
Sure.
So the marketing dollars I'm probably about to say will shock a lot of small business owners, but just be assured, it's a bigger company. So we got in there, and over the past, I think it was 2 years, they had been running Facebook ads, and over, I think it was $64,000 were spent on Facebook ads.
Wow.
That's how big of, you know, it's over 2 years. So we were like, wow, you know, they're really investing a lot of money into this. You know, let's look further in. And the reason why they weren't, you know, really seeing anything from these ads or anything, because they didn't have any specifications inside the ad on Facebook that were going to their direct target market. They was literally just going to every single person possible on Facebook.
So you can kind of liken that to a fishing net where you just cast it out there and try to reel something in.
You know, so these people wasted so much money, marketing dollars that could have been, you know, if they were intentionally used, could have been a lot more. Zeroed in, you know, towards the target market. It was just, basically they just threw it away, you know, because the people that had no interest in their product or service were liking their page. Like we say in the column, you know, or in the blog post, there's people out there that literally get paid to like pages, you know, and we kind of made the word joke or whatever, but it's a digital sweatshop in a way.
Yeah.
You know, because all these people are overseas, and you know these people have no interest in what your company is practicing,
and probably will never even get to the point where they're interested in the product.
Not at all. No, the product or the company.
But you kind of go into it about, if I'm just surfing the net and I'm interested in your company, does it look better if you've got, I'm just going to throw out a number, 10,000 likes versus 1,000?
Yeah, you know, and right away it might. You know, let's say a small business in Kokomo has 10,000 likes. That's impressive for a small business in Kokomo. I don't even know if there's any page in Kokomo business owned that has that many likes.
I think there's a couple of them that are close, but I don't.
But the initial reaction of that number will look cool, but when they actually start looking at your page and there's no engagement, you know, because you've paid for all these likes that, like I said, people aren't interested in your company or your service at all. There's no engagement, there's no comments, there's no likes, and if there are comments or likes, they're going to be people with their names written in Hebrew, you know, or, you know, some foreign Middle Eastern language. And, like, I'm not making this up. This is real. Like, they really do come apart this.
Those people that are paid to like your page, they really are existing accounts, correct? Now, you also talked that some of them were just computer accounts, that they were not...
There are bots.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a good word.
Yeah.
I wasn't headed there, but...
Yeah. You know, so the initial number of 10,000... might look cool, but when they go through your page and see no one's commenting, no one's liking, it loses everything, you know? And I've always said I would rather have a Facebook page of 200 fans that were engaged, that comment on every post, that liked it, that shared our content, than a Facebook page with 200 million fans that did absolutely nothing. You know, because it's not about how many fans you have, it's about what those fans are doing on your page and what type of actions are happening to increase the relationship with those people.
And you can correct me if I'm wrong, but it's kind of basically like building your business from the ground. You're not going to have 2 million people walk in your door the first day.
Exactly.
You've got to start small and gradually start growing bigger and bigger. Likes are the same way, correct?
Yeah, you know, and we talk about in the blog post that whole American attitude of instant gratification.
Sure.
You know, and it gets really frustrating because, I mean, obviously, I'm a big fan of what I think companies can do with social media marketing to, you know, increase sales, to build relationships, to spread your brand's message. But, you know, a lot of people get on there. They say, all right, we got to do this Facebook and Twitter thing. Let's start a YouTube page. We don't have any videos, but let's start a YouTube page because we should. You know, so they get on Facebook, they get on Twitter. They might go hard at it for a week. Maybe we'll go to 2 weeks. And maybe they get 50 likes, and they're like, crap, this Facebook thing doesn't work.
Sure.
You know, and they blame the platform, which you can't blame a platform. You know, it's all about what you're doing on the platform that will make you successful. So it's really frustrating to see that, you know, people think that Facebook marketing or Twitter marketing is going to change everything in your business, and it's going to make sales go boom, boom, boom just because you're there. But it's much more than just having a physical presence on Facebook and Twitter that will lead you to success.
And marketing, I think, as a whole is probably the same aspect. You've got to work at it. You've got to get your name recognition. You've got to keep focused on and work just as hard on your marketing scheme as you do the actual business itself, because you do want those customers engaged and you do want them to feel welcome.
Yeah.
And that's a great way, going back to what you were talking about, how it's better to start with that base being small so you get generating real people, real likes, real customers coming through that door.
Exactly. You know, and going back to that thing, you know, people have this perception of social media marketing that it's a fairly easy thing. Maybe we'll get a Facebook page, maybe we'll post twice a week or something. And, you know, if I can make anything clear to small business owners out there, if you're going into social media thinking, hey, this should be pretty easy, don't do it. Because this easy attitude of social media, it's not going to work. You're not going to be successful for it. I mean, there's a reason it's my job, and I could work 50, 60 hours a week on social media stuff because it's not easy. You know, you've got to have the right personality, you've got to have the right attitude, the right mind towards it, and you've got to have a good work ethic, because just like building a relationship with people in real life, if we hang out once every 2 months, how would our relationship be?
It'd be okay, but it wouldn't be the greatest.
What if we hung out every day and talked about things consistently every day?
You don't realize this, but I really want that.
We would be BFFs. You know, but that it's the same thing. You know, you can't just post every now and then and maybe answer back to comments or tweets once a month. You know, oh, it's that time of the month. Let's go log into Twitter and answer questions. You know, so you've got to be there consistently, and that's not easy. I understand that. But if you want this to work, and if you want social media, you know, to bring success to your company, that's what it takes.
But again, that's still, and again, you can correct me if I'm wrong, but that's still the basis of relationships when they walk through the front door.
Yeah.
You're not going to let them just basically do, if you're a restaurant, you're not going to let them serve themselves.
Exactly. You know,
because those people aren't going to come back.
Yeah, and I make this analogy a lot, I guess, when I see people getting tweeted at, but they're not tweeting back. Let's say somebody calls your company. You're not just going to ignore the phone call, you know, and that's how society is looking at Twitter, looking at Facebook comments. It's another practical use of a phone, you know, so if you're not answering those tweets back, you're not answering those comments back, you're basically just ignoring your phone call and probably losing a sale or a customer.
We're going to take a quick break, and then I want Drew to kind of jump in with tips about actually building the base of customers that you want that will actually come back to your product or come back to your page. So we'll be right back. We are back. Now, I want some tips, or let's give some tips about how they can actually start building the customer base that they need to help grow their business.
Yeah, and I want to make it clear, we're not saying don't put ads on Facebook.
Sure.
You know, we're not saying don't financially invest anything
That's
on
what
Facebook.
he's saying, don't do it.
Because if you do it the right way, Facebook has set you up for a great amount of success. So, I mean, Facebook, it's ridiculous how specific you can make your Facebook ads down to gender, age, if they like oranges, they like apples. You know, like it's literally down to those type of things, and people don't realize it. But every little thing you've liked, every little thing you put in your profile, Facebook is a creepy guy, and he can tell for these ad reasons. You know, and that's just, it's what makes the internet world go around. So take advantage of what Facebook is giving you with these ads, And don't do like what the company did that we mentioned before and just throw something out there and don't target it. Make sure it is ridiculously targeted to your target market, from the location to the interest to the gender. If your target market is mostly women, there's no reason for guys to be seeing this. You know, don't waste money on guys possibly clicking on the ad. Make sure your dollars that are being spent really well.
And maybe I'm an ad guy just because of the business I'm in, but I kind of enjoy... I look at ads on purpose.
Yeah.
Because I like to see what everybody else is doing, or maybe I can use it in what I'm doing in the newspaper business. But I kind of like the target marketing that they're doing because I signed up for Color Me Rad. So now all of a sudden, now that I've liked it and I've been to that page, all of a sudden I'm getting tennis shoe ads.
Exactly.
Or all of a sudden I'm getting health.
Yeah.
Or, you know, Kokomo Family YMCA kind of stuff.
Other event 5Ks.
Right.
And stuff like
stuff
that.
That's related. So... as a consumer, I appreciate that a little bit more, but as an ad guy, I really appreciate that because I get it.
Yeah.
And that's exactly kind of what you're talking about with that market.
It's ad 2.0, man. It's here, and like I said, Google and Facebook can be creepy at sometimes, but I mean, we're obviously the same mindset when it comes to advertising.
Sure.
It blows my mind how impressive that is. And like
it's crazy.
What the possibilities are now. For companies that, you know, really don't want to be wasting marketing dollars.
Right. And completely off topic, but on the background of that, how many hours did somebody sit behind a computer to write those algorithms, those programs to actually...
Trust me, I know.
...design? So now getting back on topic, the tips. What should people do to actually engage those customers so that those customers feel welcome?
Yeah, you know, and there's different ways of doing that, you know, but like the first thing, just make sure, you know, your ads are being targeted towards people that you want them to be targeted with. And, you know, another thing is to monitor who are the new people liking your page. You know, if it's Twitter, that's easy. You know, you can go see the new people following you on Twitter, and, you know, something, you know, we like to do is every new follower we get, we welcome them with a tweet saying, hey, thanks for the follow. You know, maybe ask a question, or, you know, try to start that relationship right off the bat.
And in all marketing, a thank you is the best way to open that door.
A sincere thank you.
Right.
And what's important with, you know, Twitter follow back, it's unfortunate, but there are a lot of little, I can't call these bots, a lot of different programs you can use that automatically will send someone a direct message on Twitter, or maybe just a tweet after they follow you to say, thanks for the follow, now check out my blog. Like cheesy crap like that bugs the crap out of me. I'm saying crap a lot. You know, so just things like that. Make sure you're being sincere. Humanize your brand, because that's, if you're not doing that on social media, you're not going to be successful either. Make sure you're using normal human words. Don't act like you're behind a counter trying to sell them things right off the bat. Make sure you're sincere. Humanize yourself in a way that they're going to feel really welcome, and like already, even though they just got there, maybe they're already feeling a part of this community that you're wanting to build online.
And going back to those previous blogs, don't drown them in stuff of buy this, buy this, buy this. This is on special day, blah, blah, blah. Here you go.
And I mean, something you're going to hear me preach as long as my career lasts is whatever content you're putting out there, make sure it's great stuff, because no one shares mediocre content.
Right.
I mean, we've been doing this for a while now. You've heard me say that same statement many times, but it's so true. You know, don't put stuff out there that you're not proud of just for the sole fact of, oh, Tuesday, got to post something on Twitter. You know, just make sure the stuff you're putting out there is really good content that you would share if you were in that consumer seat.
Well, thank you again for coming in.
No problem.
I really do get a kick out of reading some of these. I don't know if it's because I'm an ad guy or because I'm in marketing as you are, but this one actually, another one. I feel like I'm saying this every week, but another good read. So check out his blog post. It's amazing. Helpful tips, whether you're in business or whether you're just interested.
Yeah, and just wanted to quickly say, if you guys have maybe thought about doing Facebook ads and you don't be wasting these marketing dollars like we talked about, let me know. I would love to walk you through that process, really get down to your target market, what it is, how we can do this to make sure we're not wasting a cent of what is being spent.
I bet you're on Twitter, or I bet you're on Facebook.
A little bit. I've heard of them, those platforms.
He's getting used to it.
The fact that I said platform really shows that I'm on it. Yeah.
All right. Thank you so much for coming in.
Problem.
We'll be right back.
See ya.